Hello everyone. Today, inshallah, we are going to study lesson 2.1 and 2.2 in your book chapter 2, which is talking about multiplying and dividing integers. Our objects to learn to multiply and divide integers. And as we said, integer means positive numbers, negative and zero. You can think you can think of multiplication as repeated addition. How? If you have 3 times 2, which means you are going to repeat el 2 how many times? 3 times. So it's 3 times 2 means 2 plus 2 plus 2. 3 times negative 2. Then I will give you the order with the first one, and then you will add the second, depends on how many times did I give you the order. Then it's negative 2 plus negative 2 plus negative 2 equal negative 6. The second type of questions we want to learn today is how we can use a number line to find each product. Negative 7 times 2. Negative 7 times 2, we will draw the number line first. And as I said, negative 7 times 2. So we can use commutative property here to say 2 times negative 7, which means I'm going to give you the order to repeat negative 7 2 times. We will go to the number line, think add negative 7 2 times, then 0 till negative 7, and then we will stop in this point, and then we will start to explain a new 0. So it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last point which we will stop on it, this will represent our answer. And it will be the product of the operation negative 7 times 2. Then negative 7 times 2, the same like 2 times negative 7. But as I told you, we will look at the first number like an order, repeat negative 7 2 times. Another question. Negative 8 times 3. Negative 8 times 3. I can't repeat negative 8 times, but we can repeat 3 times, right? So we will use a commutative property. We say 3 times negative 8. Here we go. We have the order that you are going to repeat negative 8 3 times. Add negative 8 3 times. So we will start from 0 till negative 8, and then from negative 8 till negative 16, and then from negative 16 till negative 24. Then again, with multiplication, the first number, it's negative 8. The second number is 3. So this one, I can't repeat negative 8 times, but I can repeat 3 times. For this reason, we use commutative property to rearrange the operation, and we will not change the meaning of the operation, but we are going only to change the order of operations. It will become 3 times negative 8 to repeat negative 8 3 times. So we can add add it on or represent it on the number line, and then the answer, it will be equal negative 24. Same idea. What do you think about it? We can start with the negative 3. No, we will start with 2. So as I said before, we will use commutative property to rearrange. So it will be 2 times negative 3, which means you are going to repeat negative 3 2 times. Then add negative 3 2 times. We will start from 0 till negative 3. Then we will stop in the first station, and we are going to use this one as a new 0 again. Then it will be negative 3, 0, 1, negative 1, negative 2, negative 6. And as you know, if you are working with negatives, so we have to start from 0, and we will move to the left side. One more question, and it has the same idea to check your information. Let's remember together that multiplication and division are inverse operation. They undo each other, not how these operations undo each other in the pattern shown. The patterns below suggest that when the sign of integer are different, their product or quotient is negative. And remember that the word product, this is the answer for any multiplication operation, and the word quotient, it is the result of any division operation. But when we have different sign with the integers, so the answer will be negative. But the pattern also suggests that the product or quotient of two negative integers is the same. So whatever you have, both are negative or both are positive, then you will find a positive answer. But if they are different, you will find a negative answer. When we have negative 3 times 2, it will be negative 6. Negative 3 times 1, negative 3. Negative 3 times 0, it will be 0. Negative 3 times negative 1 equals 3. Negative 3 times negative 2 equals 6. Then please look at the first one. It's negative times positive equal negative. Negative times positive equal negative. Negative 3 times 0 is 0, neither positive nor negative. When you have the same sign, which the first is negative, the second is negative, so the answer will be equal positive. And also when you have the same negative and negative, so the answer will be equal positive. Look at the opposite side. Negative 6 divided by negative 3, it will be equal 2. Did you see this one? It's negative 3 times 2 equal negative 6. So this operation consists of three numbers, which is negative 3 and 2 and negative 6. If I'm going to undo this operation to make negative 6 divided by negative 3, so the answer it will be equal 2. So it consists of same numbers, but we undo the operations. For the next, negative 3 times 1 equal negative 3. If I'm going to divide negative 3 divided by negative 3, so the answer will be equal how many? It will be equal 1. 0 divided by negative 3, it will be equal 0. 3 divided by negative 3, so the answer it will be equal negative 1. 6 divided negative 3, it will be equal negative 2. So as I said at the top, that the when we have different signs, so the answer it will be positive. When we have same sign, the answer it will be different sign, it will be negative. Same sign, it will be positive. And also multiplication and division is undo. It's vice versa. Multiplying and dividing two integers. If the signs are the same, different, so let's talk. Your answer will be, so please try to say the answer. If the sign are the same, could you please tell me your answer? So if the sign are the same, then the answer it will be positive. If the sign are different, the answer it will be negative. Could you please check with me the product of those two numbers? Negative 6 times negative 5. You will start to calculate negative times negative. Then 10 negative times negative, it will be equal positive. And then we note that the both signs are negative, so the product is positive. Then the answer it will be equal 30. When we have negative 4 times 7, then negative 4 times 7, the first is negative, the second is positive, so we have different sign, which means the answer of the product is negative. So the answer it will be negative 28. In this question, negative 2 times negative 8. What do you note here about the sign? We note that the sign are the same. Think about the rule. When we have the sign are the same, so the answer should be equal positive. Then both sign are negative, so the product is positive, which means the answer will be equal 16. Next question. Negative 3 times 5, 1 negative, second is positive, so the answer will be negative. Let's work with division. Find each quotient. And as I said, the word quotient represents the result of division operation, positive and negative. What do you note here? We note that the negative, they have different sign. When they have different sign, so the answer should be equal negative. But I want you to think with me. 35 divided by negative 5. Think. 35 divided by 5 was how many? Was 7. Then once you have negative 5, so the answer it will be equal negative 7. Next, negative 32 divided by negative 8. You cannot at the beginning that negative 32 divided by negative 8, negative divided negative, it will be equal positive. Then, if you are going to think 32 divided by 8 was 4, the opposite for negative 32 was 32. The opposite of negative 8 was 8. Then 32 minus 8, divided by 8 equal 4. So what about this one now? The answer, it will be equal 4. The sign are the same, so the quotient is positive, which means the answer it will be positive. Negative 48 divided by 6 by the same way we studied before. 48 divided by 6 equal 8. Then negative 48. Once I'm going to change one of them, the answer it will be the opposite of 8, which it will be negative 8. One more question. Could you please think about the answer? Negative 12 divided by 3. What do you think? Yes, 12 divided by 3 equal 4. So the answer here directly should be equal negative 4. And we have two different signs. Negative divided positive, it will be equal negative. So the answer equal negative. By the same way, we are going to solve next question, and the answer will be equal negative 5. One more question. Negative 25 divided by negative 5. What do you note? Negative and negative. Then think 25 divided by 5 equal 5, and I'm looking for the opposite operation. And then here I have negative and negative. Then the answer, it will be equal positive. Now we want to talk about 0 divided by any number is 0. But you cannot find an answer for division by 0. For example, negative 6 divided by 0 not equal 0, because 0 not equal negative 6. We said that the division, the division and multiplication, it's undo. But if I will try to undo this operation, negative 6 divided by 0, if I will say equal 0, then 0 times 0 is not equal negative 6, which means we say that division by 0 is undefined. Then if you have any number divided by 0, so we have to write the answer undefined. Let's move to word problems which related to multiplication and division. Mr. Johnson kept track of a stock she was considering buying. She recorded the price change each day. What was the average change per day? Then Mr. Jones recorded the price change each day. On Monday, the price change was negative $1. Tuesday was 3. Wednesday was 2. Thursday was negative 5. And Friday was 6. What the meaning of average change? First of all, if you want to find the average change, so we have to add or to find the sum of the changes in prices, which means I'm going to make negative 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus negative 5 plus 6. After you will find the sum, you will divide it by their numbers to find the average, or to find the average change per day. From where we have this 5, how many days do you have? You can count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it will be 5 divided by 5 equal 1. Then once you have the word average, which means you will add all the numbers divided by their numbers. So the average change was $1 per day. One more question, and you will try to do it by yourself. Mr. Riyad kept track of his blood sugar daily. He recorded the change each day. What was the average change per day? We said, here in this one, I have the word average and I have the word per day, which means I'm going to find the sum of the changes in the blood sugar. We will add all of them together, and we studied before how we are going to add in case if I have negative and positive numbers. So we have to, we can distribute them in two different groups. Then you can say 2 plus 4 equals 6, and 6 plus 6 equals 12. And then you can add negative 8 plus negative 9. It will be equal negative 17, and then negative 12, 12 plus negative 17 to the answer, it will be equal negative 5. We are looking for the average per day. How many days do you have in the table? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have to divide by negative 5 divided by 5 to find negative 1. So the average change per day was negative 1 unit. It's your turn now. Try to answer these questions to be sure that you understood how we can multiply and divide integer. Thank you for your watching, and see you soon, inshallah.